Hello, I am Makan Abazari, Shah Iran, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Climate, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Geophysics, and I am Makan Abazari, the Messenger of God. I am the King of Kings, Makan Abazari, Shah Iran, the first king of Makanian dynasty. I am Makan Abazari, Korepol, the builder of bridge over Pacific and Atlantic Ocean by activating volcanoes and creating islands. I am Makan Abazari, the breaker of Khaybar Gate. I am Makan Abazari, the one who built spaceships that cross the Kuiper sector and Kuiper belt. And I'm Makan Abazari Jahangir Adam, the world conqueror. I am Makan Abazari Jahandar. I am Makan Abazari Jahansaz. And I am Makan Abazari Shah Iran and Makan Abazari, the messenger of God. This code makes earthquakes in the continent of North America, Atlantic Ocean, and Pacific Ocean to tilt the planet Earth, meaning changing the location of actual North Pole and South Pole by making earthquakes to release the geophysics energy and change the location of South Pole and North Pole. This code only changes the location of South Pole and North Pole 0.17 to 0.77 degree every time it is entered. We don't want to change it large amount every time. It is not a sign of weakness, but it is the sign of wisdom. And this code does not bring Alaska to equatorial line. And this code may change it toward this direction or other direction, meaning return it to its original location. Only I can enter the code, and I am Makan Abazari Shah Iran. And only I can tilt the planet Earth, and I am Makan Abazari Shah Iran. Along with this code, there are law of Korepol, which are written on the code, on the paper. And the first fundamental law of Korepol that can never change is 10,000 years old, and it dictates and says, Makan Abazari Korepol gets whatever he wishes for himself, for all of planet Earth, all peoples and all species and everything else. And it is established 10,000 years ago, and nobody can change it. I cannot change it, others cannot change it. It is forever. And it also says I can create new Korepol law whenever I wish. I have made several ones. You can read it. Now, there are also other demands in addition to the Korepol laws. Korepol laws are not demands, they are laws. Nobody can change it. And there are also other parts of the codes which will be fulfilled by the code also. So it's this part. And there is this part, which is increasing the population of humans, Iranians, meaning Iranians are also humans, humans in Middle East, Iran, Arabian Peninsula, and Horn of Africa, Egypt, Sudan, Somalia, Yemen, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Israel, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and West China. So at first stage, it will be about 20 to 40 million for every nation, 10 million, 20 million, 40 million. Then, in long run, it is achieving 1.2 billion people for Iran, between Persian Gulf and Caspian Sea, and 1.3 billion people Saudi Arabia. So, and about 1.3 billion Egypt and Sudan. And this code provides all the water, rain, food productions, and securities, and many other things. And this code also makes peace in Iran, Middle East, Horn of Africa, Arabian Peninsula, North Africa, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Jammu, Kashmir, India, South Europe, Caucasus, East Europe, Himalaya, Tajikistan, West China, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and West Russia, and has also many other functions which you can read on the code. And there is also geopolitics, which it dictates one part which is very important. It ends the world order of North America, Far East Asia, and West Europe, and it has other demands and other functions to achieve, and it is said in the paper. It also dictates start the era of dominance of world order of Iran, or better said, start world order of dominance and supremacy of Iran, Middle East, and Central Earth. Iran must build 70,000 nuclear bombs, lift all sanctions on Iran, and some other functions that I don't remember all of it at this time, but all of it are mandatory. This code tilts the planet Earth by earthquakes in North America, Pacific, and Atlantic, and changes location of South Pole and North Pole by 0.17 to 0.77 degree. And this code does not bring Alaska to equatorial line and doesn't cause polar shift. And only the king Makan Abazari Shah Iran can enter this code, and only the king Makan Abazari Shah Iran is authorized to tilt the planet Earth. I am Makan Abazari Shah Iran, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Climate, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Geophysics, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Magnetosphere, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Atmosphere, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Ocean Control, Makan Abazari, the Messenger of God, Makan Abazari Korepol, the builder of bridge over Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, Makan Abazari, the breaker of Khaybar Gate, Makan Abazari, the builder of a spaceship that crossed and passed Kuiper Sector and Kuiper Belt, Makan Abazari Jahangir Alam, Makan Abazari Jahandar, Makan Abazari Jahansaz. I am the King of Kings, Makan Abazari Shah Iran, the first king of Makanian dynasty.